Welcome to the Physician Associate Podcast.
Hello and welcome to this episode of the Physician Associate Podcast. My name is James. Today I'm delighted to be joined by Sofia Hiramatsu, who is a Physician Associate and the founder of Matrix Education. Welcome to the show, Sofia.
Thank you so much for having me.
Do you want to start by introducing yourself, telling us about yourself, your career as a Physician Associate so far?
Yeah, sure. So I qualified as a Physician Associate in 2018. And since qualifying, I have been working in general practice. I'm also trained in minor surgery from the Royal College of General Practitioners. And I have a specific interest in medical education, specifically education for physician associates.
So after doing your own PA course, you realised that perhaps there was a gap in the market for a PA education package?
Yeah, so to be honest with you, the concept of Matrix came in my head when I was a second year PA student. I was revising for my written exams, and my co-founder at the time and now husband, he was learning how to code. So he was learning how to create apps specifically. And he asked me if I had any ideas of what he should create. And while I was revising for my theory exams, I was using the other platforms out there for medical students. And they were okay, they did the job, but I wanted one specifically for PAs, and there was none out there at the time. So I was like, can you make an app for PAs? Something that I can use to revise from for my exams. And if I don't use it right now, then hopefully it can be something that other PAs or PA students specifically use in the future. So he started working on it back in 2018, late 2017. And then I slowly, gradually helped with the content of the app. And then we got some other PAs who were interested and got them on board to help out with all the content as well. But it was all self-funded. We literally paid for everyone involved ourselves, and that has its challenges when you start your own project completely by yourself, completely self-funded. And I'd never done anything like this before. So it was just kind of, okay, I want to create this app. Let's just do it. So yeah, that's where the idea of Matrix itself came from. And then the other parts of Matrix, like the OSCE course and the other things that we have, like my textbook and appraisal toolkit, they just kind of came from problems that I faced as a PA student throughout my training. So I wanted to create solutions to help prevent those problems happening to other PA students that I've come across over the last few years since I started Matrix. And that's how the OSCE course kind of started, from the problem that I had with my national exam for not getting through it. So going back to my university course, once you pass your university course and you pass your exams, which is what I did, I passed my written, I passed my OSCEs first time, and it was all great and hunky-dory. But when you don't pass your national exam, from my experience, I felt I was kind of just left in limbo, trying to figure it out by myself. If you're in that situation, you're kind of just left on your own to figure out where you went wrong in your exam. And I just felt like that wasn't the most efficient and best way to prepare for your resit. I think there should have been something, or there needs to be something that not only supports people that go through that process, because it's not only expensive, but it takes a toll on your mental health. You are kind of battling with getting through this exam to be able to practice, and it's really difficult. So I guess all that frustration about that basically led me to start the OSCE course, because I went through the process myself. I kind of told myself, okay, I need to help other people prevent them going through what I went through, basically. So that's how the OSCE course started. I guess that's why Matrix has done so well, because we've been helping those students fill those gaps in and succeed in those exams, in their exams, whether that's university or OSCE, university or national, sorry. I just had a call with a PA student today. He called me to say that he passed his university exams because he was struggling with his uni exams and he wasn't quite sure where. So that's where Matrix comes in, where we give you the structure and we give you very, not necessarily like critical, but very honest feedback and constructive criticism. And that is what a lot of PA students that might be struggling need. They need a qualified physician associate that's gone through the process to give them honest feedback and literally pinpoint exactly what they should be focusing on when it comes to their revision.
Perfect, thank you. Do you want to explain a little bit about all of the things that Matrix offers? And you've sort of mentioned there's books and revision guides and apps and things. Just take us through.
Yeah, sure. So, of course, we have our app. We just released version 2 of our app because we needed to make it a lot better. So, we've got our revision app, which is both for PA students as well as qualified PAs that are looking to recertify. And then we also have our OSCE courses. These are 2-day intensive, I would call them revision courses, because we do expect PAs to come with some kind of background knowledge when it comes to OSCEs when they come to our courses. So those are for 2 days, and we cover everything to do with OSCEs in those 2 days. And then we have the one-to-one tutoring, OSCE tutoring. So this is for PA students that want a more personalized experience. They want something a little bit more tailored to their revision and really focused on their weaknesses that they need to work on. And then we have our textbook. So Primary Care for Physician Associates is the textbook that I co-authored with 2 other GPs, the Akunji brothers, so Nazmo and Muhammad Akunji, who are amazing GPs here in North London. They've won numerous awards for their books. So we teamed up to write a book together for PAs. And then we also have the appraisal toolkit, which we put together when I think it was my first year working as a qualified PA, when I wanted to do my appraisal and use a platform to document that process that wasn't, I guess, the other platforms out there that are great, things like Clarity and 14 Fish, but they're not specifically for PAs and what is expected in a appraisal of a physician associate. So that's why we created that.
Oh, amazing. You've been busy, haven't you, putting all of this together?
Yes, I mean, that's why I had to leave my salaried job as a PA, because as you can imagine, all of these things take a lot of time to manage. And now we have numerous PAs on our team. So obviously I need to kind of manage those people and also constantly improve our products and services, because we want to be constantly improving and making sure that we're offering the best.
What have been some of the highs and some of the lows, I guess, in creating a business?
So I think the highs is probably for me when I get the testimonials and thank you messages from all the PA students that we help either get through their OSCEs or pass the university exams, or, you know, some of them even land that job that they've wanted for so long. So I think the main driving factor and motivation for me as well is probably getting those messages. I think that's what keeps me going, to be honest. And I guess also independence. Running your own business means that you get to work on your own terms. But that also comes with the cons as well. You have to be a lot more disciplined with yourself. You have to kind of push through any negative things that people might be saying about you or your business. You just have to kind of keep yourself focused on your mission. Yeah, I hope that answers the question.
Thank you so much, Sophia. Yeah, that makes sense. And thank you for being so honest. I can imagine it can become all consuming when it is your professional life and your personal life coming together.
Yeah.
I'm sure it takes a toll. How have you seen the business grow, and where are you at the moment?
So we have seen the business grow exponentially, actually. I didn't expect it to grow as much as it has. I started Matrix not from a business perspective, which it kind of just turned into this business. And I never started Matrix thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to be the CEO of this business and this is my life now. Like I never started it for that reason. It was more, okay, I want to help PAs go, you know, that are going through what I did, and do whatever I can. And then obviously more and more people reached out to me and us. And since then, I think we've grown quite a bit. In the first year, we invested our personal own money into the business. So we weren't really making a profit or anything in the first year, because that wasn't really the aim, to make a profit. It was more of, okay, let's see if we can even do this. Let's see if we're even capable of doing something like this. Because at first it was just myself and my co-founder, Aaron. And our first courses we did for free. The first app that we released, we had a beta version. We didn't charge for it. It was just kind of seeing, you know, what's the demand and if we're even capable of doing something like this. So in the first year, we didn't really actually make anything. The second year, though, it just kicked off. I don't know if it was, I think it might have been the pandemic. We just saw a sudden influx of students kind of contacting us for help, and to the point where I had to kind of contact my friends who were also PAs to help me with the tutoring, with the OSCE courses. So the second year, we noticed a significant growth. And then now we're in the third year, and I think we've kind of doubled now in terms of growth. So yeah, it's definitely growing. And I think it's growing because I'm dedicating more time to it now in order for it to grow even more, basically, because I love doing it. I enjoy it.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, that comes across, definitely. Where do you see the next steps in the future for Matrix?
So at the moment, we are just focusing on reviewing and making sure that our current products and services are the best that they can be. With version 2 of our app, we are still making new changes and updates to it and making it even better. With our OSCE courses, we expanded to Manchester last year. So I guess focusing on the main 3 cities with the OSCE courses, so Manchester, Birmingham, and London. I'm going to be more involved with the OSCE courses this year. And my co-founder has suggested that I write another book. But I'm just kind of like a bit busy with other things right now. So yeah, you might see another book in the future.
Excellent. Oh, best of luck. If people want to find out more about Matrix, where would you point them to go?
So you can go on our website, which is just matrixeducation.co.uk. Everything is on there, all our socials, all our information.
Do you want to tell me a little bit more about you as a person and your career as a physician associate? The highs and the lows of that as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think, I've always advocated for the role, and during my time where I am locuming and everything, when I'm seeing patients, everything, I've always enjoyed working as a PA, but I've found that I think I've just become more drawn to teaching PAs, and I just didn't necessarily want to become a lecturer. I just felt like, okay, that's what everyone's doing. I wanted to do something a little bit more different, and something that I can completely have control over. And that's probably one of the most enjoyable things about running Matrix, is I get to decide, everything, what we cover and the types of teaching that we deliver to our students, the content, the structure, the people that I work with. So I guess I'm now leaning more towards kind of the tutoring and preparing PA students for their PA lives and PA careers, as opposed to actually working in clinical practice. And there's not necessarily anything wrong with anyone who wants to work as a PA full time. But me personally, I just wanted more from my life than that. And I want to be able to travel. I want to be able to work in different countries. And I don't want any limitations with what I can do. And I just felt like working as a PA full time, I felt a little bit restricted in doing that.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Sophia. It's been great to hear about your story and the highs and lows of setting up a business as well as working clinically. I'll leave links to Matrix in the show notes so that if people are interested and they've found out. I'll leave links to Matrix in the show notes, so if people are interested and they want to find out more, they can find your details there. And if people have been listening to this episode as physician associates or students, if you've got an idea for an interesting next episode of the Physician Associate podcast, I'd love to hear from you. Please get in touch with me. I'm on social media at PA Podcast UK. It'd be great to hear from you. And I hope you'll join me again for the next episode.
Thanks for listening to the Physician Associate podcast.